You think you need $10,000 in mowing equipment to start that business? You think you need the truck and you need the big mower, the zero turn? You think you need all that just to start the business? A lot of people make excuses. I need a truck, I need a big zero turn, I need a trailer. You could start with what you have right now. Say you want to start a mowing business and you don't have a mower, but you have a job. Well, if you have to bring your cost of living down to save up for that mower, then you could do that. If you really, you could go out and borrow one, pay somebody, let me borrow it, give them a cut. You need to stop making excuses. You could go rent one or just borrow one, ask somebody for one. Man, you can't have no excuses. You could start. So you need to just start. You just need that motivation. You need that encouragement. Encourage yourself in your mind. If you have that mindset, you could do it. See, God put everything in you. He distilled everything in you. When He created you, He gave you the potential you need. That's why God's always telling people to do some crazy, amazing things, and the people just don't think they could do it. But God's like, you can do it because I've already put it in you. Just like when He told Moses, you're going to lead my people out. Moses just made excuses that, oh man, I can't speak and I can't do, man, I can't lead all these people out. That's crazy. And God's like, man, yes you can. I know you can. Moses is like, oh, I don't got this. He said, what do you have? And he just had a staff in his hand. That's what Moses had. He had that staff in his hand, and with that, he led everybody out. He brought the children of Israel out. That widow in the Bible, all she had was a little bit of oil, a little bit of flour, but she, listened to the prophet. And then, she was able to multiply it. She was able to get out of debt. So, man, you could start with what you have. King David, when he was going to go out there and fight Goliath, he knew what he had. He had some stones and he had a slingshot. He didn't need that sword and the shield. He just needed what he had. He knew how to use a sling and a rock. That's what he had, and he did it. Jesus, when he said, what do you guys have? We got a little bit of fish, we got a little bit of bread. And he used that to multiply it, man. You could do it with what you have, man. Just don't make excuses. You make all these excuses and you're never going to succeed in life, man. You're always going to be thinking about starting that idea, starting that business, starting that career, starting your dream, man. Say you want to, I want to be a singer, but I don't have the right management. I don't have the right exposure. Well, get on Facebook and start singing. Just like me, man, when I used to work a landscaping job. I had a mower, I had a weed eater. And that's what I started with. Like, I'm going to start my own mowing business. And I started doing it on the weekends. I just did it to my family. I started with my family, and I told people in my church, hey, I'm cutting. And that's how I started. I didn't even have a blower. I would use the weed eater to blow the sidewalk and the mower. I started with that. And then I started saving for the stuff I do need. With the money you got coming in from that. So, you can't make those excuses. Go borrow that mower. You're going to start a window cleaning business. Well, it don't cost that much. Just start posting yourself cleaning your own windows or your own car windows. Go to Dollar General and get some Windex and some paper towels. You can start it. Don't make no excuses. God already distilled everything in you. All that you need to succeed is in you. You could do it with what you have right now, man. Just use your mind and have that potential to go and do it. It's not going to be easy, but it's very doable. I started just with mowing, and then I switched to weed control and fertilization. Just getting a few clients here and there with a backpack spreader. I bought me a little chest mount spreader. I was spraying, and I just went from there. You know, I made a mistake of buying so much equipment that I didn't even need. I could have just started with just the backpack sprayer, and that's how I did it. I had the backpack sprayer, and I will use the customer's water hose to fill up as I do my applications. Like, man, you could really do it. You do not need the $10,000 of equipment. You don't need a bank loan. Man, you don't need all that. You could start with what you got. Man, I've done it. I bought so much equipment that it was like, you know, I could have used that for ads or get clients, and the stuff I didn't even end up using. You don't even need that much. Just keep it simple, and it'll all come together. I just want to encourage you to use with what you got. Use what you have right now. You can succeed. You can start off. I seen those, you know, the other day some kids came trying to mow my yard, and all they had was a car, and the mower's in the car, you know, but, and then they were passing out little sticky notes, you know, those little sticky notes back in the days, little, you write on it, and you pull it out, and it's a sticky note. That's what they were doing. They were putting those sticky notes in the houses. They didn't have the fancy door hangers or postcards or business cards. That's what they were doing, man. That's what you need, that determination. But man, you could do it. I know you can. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait any longer. This is your sign to do it, to start that business. Man, I started 3 years ago in business, just a mower and my family members, and I've grew. Now I went fully weed control and fertilization, but I got more than 80 reoccurring clients, you know, that every year they're paying me, and the business is doing good and it's growing, all because I started with what I had. I didn't have time. Sometimes I had to work Saturday, so I would cut the grass on Sundays and then go to church. My church starts like at 1, so I would do it all in the morning, then go to church, all, you know, messy, but it was all good. I was doing leaf pickups. Like, I have a truck, you know, and then don't let that be excuse. If you don't have a truck, use your car, you know. But I would start doing leaf pickups. I was doing it with trash bags and a rake, you know, and the little blower I had, and I was just, you know, I was just raking them up, putting them on a bag, putting them in my truck, you know. It got to the, you know, when there was so much leaves, I would just tell the client, hey, I'll put them in a clear white bag, and they'll come pick them up for free, you know. And the client's like, cool. You know, you just got to talk, man. When they see you trying and you have potential and you're doing your best, man, people are going to give you work, man. Don't matter if you got a raggedy mower you bought from Facebook Marketplace, man. Just go out there and start the business. I know you could do it. Hey, God wants you to do it, man. Because when you start the business, when you start the dream, when you start, you know, the idea, you know, it's when it comes down to it, it's to benefit others. You know, it shouldn't just be about you. You're gonna get benefit from it. Yeah, that's just, it's gonna happen, but it should benefit the people around you, your loved ones, you know, your community, you know, building the business, chasing that dream and succeeding in it, man. Just don't make no excuse up. You could do it with what you have right now. So go out there and do it, man. Just use your mind and, you know, be humble about it and do what you have to do to get there. Don't make excuses. You want to start that business? I need, you know, a mower. I need a weed eater. I use this because this service business, because that's what I started with. Then what do you have to do to do it? Stop making excuses. Focus on that. Okay, this is what I need to do to get a mower. This is what I need to do to get a weed eater. Focus on that and do it. Man, you will succeed, man. Start with what you have. It's a principle. God's already distilled it in you. You got it. Man, stay blessed and just handle business.